Hi everybody, Ali Akbarian, your resident road safety expert from Mobility Engineering, back again for another Q&A. Thank you very much for tuning in. We love the fact that you're tuning in and watching these videos, and we love that community out there, and thank you for sending in your questions. Please keep those questions coming. We love them. Well, personally, this is actually my favorite part of the job, so keep those questions coming in so I can keep doing that. And I can get away from all the boring emails and all that kind of stuff. So, and also, before we get into the question, as I always say, please hit that subscribe button that looks a bit like my trusty subscribe pillow somewhere down there, and help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, the pillow is going to be ditched, and what we're going to do is find something else. So help us find something else, and also help us get to that 1,000 subscriber community. All right, into today's question. So today's question is an interesting one, and we've done a similar kind of video on this, which I'll put a link below, but this one's a bit more in detail. So basically, a client has a vehicle that is a disability wheelchair access vehicle that's from 1990. So we're in 2019 now. That vehicle, almost the end of 2019, so that vehicle is roughly 30 years old. And it was modified in 1990, 30 years ago, right? Basically, the question is, we are a paid driving service, and we want to know, are we allowed to drive this vehicle for the client because it's 30 years old? And are you even allowed to have a 30-year-old modified vehicle? So first and foremost, if the thing is compliant in 1990, the rules are not, I don't know the exact word, retrospective, I think that's the right word. So basically, they stick to the date that you did the modification. So in 1990, if you've got all your certifications, all your registrations and everything that shows that the vehicle is compliant in 1990, then in 2019, yes, it's still compliant and it's still okay to be used from a legal point of view. From the point of, is it legal for a paid driver service to use this vehicle and drive around in it? Again, there is no laws around paid driver services and anything like that. That comes down to more of a legal mumbo-jumbo stuff, kind of like duty of care and am I doing the right thing, and legal policies. That would be something that your organization would have to speak to their own legal advisors, lawyers, solicitors, that kind of stuff, and develop a policy that specifies what that is and then work in line with that policy. Now, if you were to do something like that though, what I would highly recommend is, and I'll put a link to the video below that talks about restraints in the age, is that we really can't go anything over 10 years. So, and when we talk about 10 years, what we're talking about is products, restraints, straps, all of these things, typically speaking, have a 10-year lifespan. So this, I'm actually a little bit concerned about this vehicle that's 30 years old, that's had a modification done on it, because I'm thinking, if it's got 30-year-old tie-downs, 30-year-old restraints, 30-year-old seatbelts, it's probably not going to be okay, and it's probably going to be fairly dangerous. And we need to replace all of those items as an absolute minimum. And as I said, I'll put a link below. Typically speaking, 10 years is the lifespan, and what you'll find if you've got 30-year-old straps on there, all the straps are probably all faded, and you don't have the authorities and the approvals anyway. So legally, technically, yes, you are allowed to do that, and you are allowed to use an older vehicle, and it is compliant as long as it's got all the certifications. However, from a safety point of view and potentially from a legal duty of care point of view, it's not advisable at all. It's too old, and it's something that needs to be either brought into a shop or into a mechanical facility or one of our partners, where they can review all the products and refurbish and put new stuff in there, and make sure the vehicle is still safe. Because it's legal, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's safe, and we're all about safety and keeping our occupants safe. Okay, so hopefully that answers your questions. Thank you very much for your questions, and keep them coming, we love them. And as I always say, hit that subscribe button down there, join the community, help us get to 1,000 subscribers, and we'll get some other interesting subscribe fandangle thing helping us out with to get to the next level of subscribers. Thanks very much, see you next time.